So now the British Conservative Party is looking to elect a new leader after Boris Johnson, who is the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and also leader of the Conservative Party. He resigned a few days ago, and we covered that here on Arana Nation. Well, he resigned as leader. So they're going to look for a new leader, and whoever that leader is will become prime minister, because the Conservatives have they have a majority of the seats in the House of Commons. So their leader is the one that will be prime minister. So once a new leader is chosen, then Boris Johnson will resign as prime minister, and paving the way for whoever the Conservatives decide to choose. And they've got Rishi Sunak. We've got Penny Mordaunt, who I'm now endorsing. Liz Truss, Kemi Badenoch, I believe that's a black woman, African origin, I believe. I'm not sure. Tom Tugendhat, Suella Braverman, Nadeem Zahawi, who has just been eliminated, and Jeremy Hunt, who's also been eliminated. Now, the way the Conservatives choose a leader is very strange. I'm not sure I like it too much in England, in Britain. So how it works is that a bunch of people decide, I want to be leader of the party. And what happens is that the members of parliament who are conservatives, they have to choose two people who will then be chosen by Conservative Party members. So in order to have a chance at being leader of the Conservative Party, you have to be in good standing with a lot of conservative politicians. Never mind the people. The people get to choose later. It's the politicians, the conservative politicians, who get to choose two people for the conservative members to choose from. I don't know if I like that system. It's not like in the Canadian Conservative Party, where, you know, conservative members get to choose from all of the people who are running to be conservative leader. The MPs in Parliament who are conservative, they choose the two people. You know, they eliminate two until there's only two left. And then the conservative members in the country get their say. I don't know if I like that very much. And also, you have to be a conservative MP in order to run for conservative leadership. I don't like that either. I just don't like that either. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's not that it doesn't make sense. It makes sense. I just think it's undemocratic for the Conservative Party. I think they should reform that. Nevertheless, I'm endorsing Penny Mordaunt. Miss Engineer, if we could show the viewers Penny Mordaunt. Penny Mordaunt, she is the Minister of State for Trade Policy. She was the Secretary of State for Defense under Theresa May, and she was the Secretary of State for International Development under Theresa May. She's also the Minister for Women and Equalities, and she's the Member of Parliament for Portsmouth North, and she's been their Member of Parliament since 2010. Now, the reason I've decided to lend my, I'm not British, I'm not British, but I love politics from all over the English-speaking world, and the British people have always been generous enough to allow me to have an opinion about their politics, just like a lot of British people have opinions on Canadian politics and American politics. Hell, the British, y'all colonized us, so the least I can do is have a little bit of an opinion on what happens. So the British people have been generous. I do support Penny Mordaunt. She is a Brexiteer. She supported Brexit, and she supported Brexit very strong. I want to see, she was a big Brexit supporter. And Brexit, I believe the British people did the right thing by supporting Brexit. You see here in the EU membership referendum, Mordaunt supported Brexit. So that is something that, to get out of that globalist, liberal globalist, New World Order, European Union, the Fourth Reich, as I like to call it, get out of that. The British people lost a lot of their rights to do all sorts of stuff for their own country. They had to ask permission from these unelected foreigners in Brussels, and most British people, because the British people, I believe, have the most common sense out of any country in the world. And Britain said, we are leaving the European Union. And Mordaunt strongly supported that. But something even more important, the reason why I'm endorsing this Penny Mordaunt lady, is I did some research on all of these people. All of them. Rishi Sunak, Tom Tugendhat, all of these people. I did research to see who I would lend my support so that I could assist British conservatives from across the pond in who they would, like to choose. I have no say in this. I'm not a citizen of the country, but I'm, an assistance, basically, a friendly assistance from your former colonist in Canada. And one of the things that I like about her, she wasn't exactly a rebel, but she did not vote for Boris Johnson's COVID-19 Plan B act. And for those of you who don't remember, Plan B was where Boris Johnson wanted everyone to have a vaccine passport, and you could lose your job if you didn't get vaccinated, and you had to wear masks everywhere, and many people lost their jobs, and it was only because of the sheer toughness and determination and strength of the freedom patriotic movement in Britain, where Boris Johnson was forced to back down and get rid of all of these Plan B measures and all of the COVID-19 mandates in Britain. Britain is now clean, pure, gone of all COVID-19 mandates. And that's also because Boris Johnson was caught breaking his own laws. So, how could he make laws when he's not following them? Penny Mordaunt didn't support these Plan B measures. She didn't vote against them, which I wish she would have done, but she didn't vote for them. She just didn't vote. And so I think that's even more important than Brexit, because I believe this is the new fight. This is the new fight. Brexit, I believe you'd have to be a stonk down idiot to try and put Britain back in the European Union. I mean, a stonk down dumbass. You would have to be a donkey. And there's some people who want to do it. Make no mistake about it. That's one of the reasons they want Boris Johnson gone. I'm not a fan of Boris Johnson. You all know I am not a fan. Anybody who brings in mandates, I'm not a fan of them. No, I'm not a fan. If you brought in mandates, I'm not a fan of you. But he also broke his own mandates, so no, I'm not a fan of him. He's gone, and I'm glad he's gone. But I do think that Boris Johnson was right to get Britain out of the EU, and I think so that's good. He got them out, and many people like the fact that he's gone because they think it's their opportunity to get rid of Brexit, and that shouldn't be allowed to happen. I see Jeremy Hunt, which was one of the people who got eliminated from the conservative leadership race today, just this past few minutes. The MPs voted he's not going to go any further. He was a Remainer. And many people were worried that if he won the leadership and became prime minister consequently, well, he would try to put Britain back in the EU. Well, he's gone, and thank God he's gone. But so that's good. But Brexit is really, even the most hardcore Remainers, Tony Blair and all those people, they have accepted that Brexit has happened, and it's going to take another generation, maybe even more, before the British will have a chance to decide whether or not they're going to go back in the EU. You can't just put Britain back in the EU after this generation of Great Britons said no to this liberal globalist, internationalist, New World Order, parasitic, unelected, foreign organization. British people have common sense. I think the British are perhaps the smartest people in the world. I think they're smart, even smarter than the Scandinavians. Everyone says the Scandinavians. I think the British are great comedy. You can't take over the world without being smart. So, but I those are the reasons. And you know, another reason why I support Penny Mordaunt, she's not woke. She's common sense, and she came out and said, trans men are men and trans women are women. There's no such thing as more than two genders. She said it. Yeah, she did. Penny Mordaunt said there's no such thing as two genders. Miss Engineer, put that up there. Put that up there so the people can see it, yes? Because it's about time that someone had the spine to say that there is no such thing as more than two genders. There it is. Penny Mordaunt hits back at woke claims as Tory leadership says she has fought for women amid row over a stance on trans issues. And I agree with her. There is no such thing as transgenders. I'm not going to do something. I've not heard anybody come out and say that. You know, why are you so, these people who think they can change their gender, they're mentally ill. Why can't you just say it? I'm not saying we have to burn them at the stake or lock them up, but you're mentally ill, and I don't think you should be allowed to change your gender. You know why? I know the libertarians might not like me saying that, because you do what you want, but I'll tell you why. Because if a man decides to change it, you know, these surgeries are very good. You seen Blair White or all those? And I like Blair White. She's a YouTuber, or he's a YouTuber. I'm not going to call her a she. Blair White. Mr. Engineer, do you have a picture of Blair White? I'm not attacking him. I'm not attacking him at all. I'm not. He stood up against Jonathan Yaniv. That's the one, Jonathan Yaniv, the sex offender, the sexual predator in Vancouver and all that. So we'll get into that some other time. But this is Blair White. This is a man. This is a man. This is a man. You can't tell, but that is a man born with a penis. This is a stomped down man. And you can't tell. Now, Blair White is fine. I'm not attacking him. But if someone who was a sexual predator decided to become a woman and go in the woman's bathroom, and we couldn't tell. Nobody could tell. And now if a sexual predator goes in the woman's bathroom and harms a woman, we wouldn't have even been able to tell. So I don't even think they should be allowed to change into another gender, because it's a safety issue. It's a safety issue. And men belong in the men's room unless you want to use the family room, and women belong in the women's room unless you want to use the family room. And the family room should only be one toilet. That's it. And you go in there at your own risk. That's just how it is. That's women and men. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. And Penny Mordaunt said it, rightfully so. And I hope she doesn't back down either. There's no more. Men are men and women are women, and that's it. You can't change your gender. You're not born biologically. You were born a woman. I'm a man. No, that's nonsense. And I agree with her. And she has the spine to come out and say that when no one else, I haven't heard of any, even Donald Trump, and everybody likes to worship Donald Trump. But he's all right. I like him. But even he's never come out and said that. Nobody, no, Pierre Poilievre in Canada, nobody has come. Doug Ford in Ontario, nobody. Boris Johnson's never, nobody has come out and said this whole trans thing is dumb. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. She has. So she has a spine. She could be a Margaret Thatcher type. A tough, the lady's not for turning. No, maybe she. That's why. That's another reason. Those are the three reasons I'm supporting Penny Mordaunt to become the next conservative leader of Britain and to be the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. So there will have been 3 women prime ministers, and they would have all come from a conservative party. Can you imagine that? You cannot criticize conservatives in Britain for being anti-woman. You just can't do it. The Labour Party in Britain, which is the left-wing socialist party, they have yet to even have a woman leader. Never mind a woman prime minister. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on what's going on in Britain. This is